Hi, my name is Craig Woolery. I'm the Director of Public Safety for the City of Cottage Grove. I'm here today to talk a little bit about our current facility. Our police building, which was actually built in 1968, held about 20 employees. And today we have nearly 100 employees, and we're working in the same space. And we're here to show you a little bit about what the public often doesn't see. We often come to your home, but a lot of our business is done in the building with the public. You often find that the design for this building and the way we operate is kind of almost like a bunker mentality. And we look to provide better service to the public, to open things up and to make it more available. For example, if you take our police lobby where the public has to come, it's a small area, but a lot of things happen here. We have people filing reports, witnesses who need to give statements, people who need to exchange or obtain information, all happen in the lobby. What this lobby doesn't offer is a space for people to afford privacy. We have people that have been arrested that are waiting in the lobby for rides. We have people that are reporting information, but due to the small space and the lack of area for a person to report a sensitive crime, it doesn't allow that opportunity. People who often come in are escorted inside to the employee kitchen, where someone may be making a meal or something else may be happening, and they have to pretty much explain what had happened to them and what the crime has occurred. Now we're in what's known as a detention area. This is a secure area of a police facility where prisoners are brought in from the street, they're processed, interviewed. And one of the logistical problems we have with our current facility is that the detention area is located smack dab in the middle of the building. So any employee that needs to move from one side of the building to the other has to go through the detention area, which should be locked. You can almost liken it to the fact of having a bathroom in the middle of a house. Imagine having to go from your living room through the bathroom to get to the kitchen. It really doesn't make sense. We have bathrooms that are shared with prisoners when we collect evidence from the prisoner, that are shared with employees. They're located right across from the hall from employees. When we take a statement from a suspect, they have to be brought out of the secure area and into a converted closet, which is now an interview room. The juveniles are also kept outside of a secure area. And when you do have an officer with somebody in a non-secure area, you have to take another officer off the street from what they were doing in order to be of help to that first officer. We're in the detention area, commonly known as the jail cells. Cottage Grove has 2 jail cells right now. Department of Corrections regulates all holding facilities in the state, and they're inspected annually. Currently, our cells are not compliant with Department of Corrections for a number of factors, due to the lighting, to access, to monitoring, but we've been grandfathered in for a number of years because it's an existing facility. People are held in this place prior to going to Washington County Jail. We can only hold them for 4 hours because of the limitations with the facility. Correction standards state that males and females have to be separated, as well as juveniles from adult, and that's by sight and by sound. There's not enough room to separate an adult male and adult female, which often leaves one of the two being handcuffed to a bench. It could mean them sitting in an employee's office space or waiting in a kitchen, again tying up a second officer while the first officer completes their business. Another problem is that just to hear the acoustics, we have regular ceiling tiles, and often we interview people that are held in detention, and they have to go to an interview room, which again is outside the detention area, and the voices carry. So if we have 2 suspects that are being interviewed, we like to have their statements recorded independently. But the problem is that because of the sound that carries, people in the jail cells waiting to be interviewed can often hear what their partners are saying, which could be a little problematic. Okay, we're in the police report writing room. This room gets used 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Officers that come in and need to do follow-up on cases, complete their reports. We have 3 or 4 workstations in here that often officers have to wait to get their work done. Another problem just with the building that was built in 1968 is the wiring. It's not up to standard for what we need to operate computers and technology that we're using today for interviewing, cameras. We have a training room that's just down the hall. It's often used for multi-agency gatherings such as warrants or other briefings that occur. The room is severely small. It makes it very difficult to get all the people into a room to conduct a proper briefing. We're in the police garage at this time. I'm standing in front of a squad car that costs today about $35,000. The computers, the squad car cameras are all temperature sensitive. This garage holds about 14 squad cars right now. We have in our fleet just over 20 squad cars. So many cars have to sit outside, which of course in the winter when you're scraping windows or when it's really hot out in the sun and the computer shuts down because of the heat, can be a big factor in our response time and getting it out to the public. The garage also performs other functions. We have an evidence bay. We have items that are stacked to the ceiling, items that are in the hallway and in the floor. The environment's not controlled, the air is not circulated. We have a processing bay for larger items that need to be processed or fingerprinted. Often items that are bloodied or other things have to be properly dried and stored before they're put into evidence. And as you can see, the processing room is very cramped and is also another storage area that we ended up adding on to the garage in order to have that get done. In closing, I'd like to assure the public and the residents of Cottage Grove that we've actually done all we can to make the best out of this building that was built over 40 years ago. We've had additions, remodeling, a number of things done to try to accommodate and provide the best service possible to this community. But it's come to a time where we just can't add any more. On behalf of the Department of Public Safety, I'd like to ask all of you for your support with this project.